Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Vlog, and I'm so excited about this video. I think it's gonna be so much fun. Maybe I'm just a nerd, but I was thinking, hey, there are a bunch of things that would have never happened in Disney World 10 years ago. The place has changed so much in the last 10 years, or since I started doing Disney Food Blog, which was 10 years ago. And I thought it'd be fun to do a little video of some really crazy stuff that happens on the daily now in Disney World that never would have happened when I first started Disney Food Blog. So let's go through some of these. Let me know in the comments if you do any of these or if you're sort of bound by any of these, because I think we all are. First one is to bring your own reusable straws. Who would have thought 10 years ago that in 2019, Disney World would completely get rid of all one-use plastic straws? Crazy, right? So anybody who's been following my Instagram account knows that I now bring my own straws. I bring my own reusable silicone and stainless steel straws to Disney World, and it's been really, really fun. I've enjoyed using them, and I get a lot of comments on them. People are interested in where I got them and stuff. We get them on Amazon. But they've turned out to be really useful, and I've had a good time using them at the parks so far. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Bring your own straws. Who would have guessed that? But yeah, start packing them. Pack those reusable straws next time you're in Disney World. The next thing that I thought was really interesting was Disney bounding. 10 years ago, Disney bounding was just sort of starting. The concept of dressing like your favorite character, and not dressing like your favorite character like a Halloween costume, but more like choosing clothing that is in similar colors or similar styles to what your favorite character would wear. So we asked our followers on Instagram to send a bunch of their own pictures, and they sent us so many cute, fun pictures. So here's a bunch of them Disney bounding. But that's something that people just really didn't know what it was 10 years ago, and now it's very, very common. Next up, getting a PSL in the parks, and of course PSL, that is pumpkin spice latte, which 10 years ago there were no Starbucks in the parks. People were still drinking Nescafe in the parks 10 years ago at Main Street Bakery and places like that. So now of course there's Starbucks all over the place. In every single Disney park there is a Starbucks, domestic parks anyhow. And of course, there's Starbucks in downtown Disney and Disneyland and in Disney Springs and Disney World as well. So you can pretty much get your Starbucks anywhere you want, especially this season's famous pumpkin spice latte. Another change that would have been surprising 10 years ago, but is pretty commonplace now, is that you often have to go through a metal detector to get into the parks. And metal detectors have been set up before you get on the monorail, before you go into downtown Disney over in Disneyland. So it's fascinating. These days, you have to set aside specific time to go through security and go through a metal detector before you can get into a Disney park. Next one that is a surprise for the time traveler from 10 years ago is that you can have a glass of wine or beer in the Magic Kingdom. That never would have happened 10 years ago. The first place that you could have alcohol in the Magic Kingdom was at Be Our Guest restaurant over there in New Fantasyland that opened in 2012. So up until 2012, Magic Kingdom was a completely dry park, and now of course you can get beer and wine in multiple locations. There are several restaurants where you can get beer and wine and alcohol options. So it's pretty ubiquitous now. Next up, taking a PhotoPass picture in front of a wall. 10 years ago, yeah, that never would have happened, or at least it wouldn't have been as common as it is now. Of course, with the advent of Instagram and the regularity with which people use social media in the parks, these famous walls have become a thing, and everybody wants to get their picture taken in front of the purple wall and the bubblegum wall and the moss wall. So now they have PhotoPass photographers stationed at the walls. So 10 years ago, someone would walk by and be like, why is there a PhotoPass photographer next to a wall? And now, of course, everybody knows why they're there. Well, everybody who's on Instagram knows why they're there. I'm sure there's still a few families that are there that are like, what is happening? Why are people in front of this wall? Yeah, so the walls are a big deal, and you've got to hashtag your wall photo site in your social media pictures, of course. All right, 10 years ago, you never would have unlocked your hotel room door with your phone. First of all, 10 years ago, a lot of us didn't have smartphones. And now it seems like our Disney trips are basically dependent on the smartphone, because you have the My Disney Experience app that you use to not only make and change your dining reservations and your fast passes, but now it also opens your hotel room. So you don't even actually need your Magic Band to do that anymore. You can just do it with your phone. Smartphones are necessary and critical, it seems, for a Disney vacation. And definitely we've seen a huge increase in places to charge your smartphones around the parks as well. So that's another thing that someone from 10 years ago maybe would not have expected to see. All right, speaking of smartphones, using your mobile order to order your Dole Whip or anything else that you want at some of those counter service locations. I think this is incredible. I love mobile order. You guys know I love mobile order. You can use it at several counter service locations around Walt Disney World, and they've also added it now over in Disneyland. You can actually skip that long line at the Tiki Juice Bar that goes all the way back to like Indiana Jones. You can skip it and use mobile order to get your Dole Whip over there in Disneyland and in Disney World as well. So don't wait in those long lines. Please, please, please. If you have a smartphone and you have the My Disney Experience app loaded, which is completely free, use it to do mobile order. And don't forget that a couple of those mobile order menus do have secret menu items on them that you can't get. They're not posted on the regular menu. So if you want that incredible pork belly burger at Cosmic Rays, that's a secret menu item just on the mobile order menu. So there's incentive definitely to be using that mobile order. I think it's so funny when I am at a Disney nighttime event, if I am at, say, Happily Ever After, or I'm at Illuminations, Star Wars fireworks in Hollywood Studios, I just look at the crowd and everybody looks like this. There's just phones being held up everywhere. And I think that's so funny and not absolutely 100% not something you would have seen 10 years ago, because not everyone had that smartphone. So now pretty much the whole crowd has their smartphone up, recording it or going live stream on Facebook or something like that. And it just caught me as funny when I saw that the other day when I was watching Hello Wishes. It was just like, wow, everybody's videoing this. They're taking pictures. Another thing that would never have happened 10 years ago is using a ride-sharing service like Lyft or Uber. These are brand new on the scene, and for a while there, people didn't really know what to do with them at Disney World, but we do know that they function in Disney World. They can be really, really useful riding around to get from park to park or to get from a resort to a park, when normally from park to park you'd have to take 2 buses or a bus and a boat or a bus and a monorail or something like that. And now with Lyft and Uber, you can just get there really, really quickly. Plus, there's the minivans, and we never would have seen those minivans or even thought they would exist 10 years ago. But now you've got the Lyft service minivans that you can take all around the parks, and you can even now take them back and forth to Orlando International Airport. And I know that the cruise terminal at Port Canaveral is going to be coming online pretty soon there too, I think. So those ride-sharing services, brand new way to get around Disney World, especially great if you have an advanced dining reservation early in the morning, if you're trying to get to extra magic hours and the bus lines are packed, you're trying to get out of a park right after the fireworks. Those ride-sharing services are a dream come true if you don't have to wait in line while 4 buses go by filled with people for your resort. And another one that we never would have thought would have happened 10 years ago is that we have to book our fast passes 60 or 30 days in advance via My Disney Experience, either on our phones or on our computers. And this is something that I don't think many of us anticipated. FastPass came into the parks a long time ago. We used those fast passes, the paper fast passes, and they worked just great. Then we moved to the Magic Bands and we got rid of the paper fast passes. Kind of a bummer, because you couldn't just get a fast pass at the beginning of the day and use it anytime during the day, which you used to be able to do. But now you can actually book those fast passes 60 days in advance. So people are doing some serious planning for their trip that they never really had to do before. You could always plan what fast passes you wanted to get, but now you can actually get them 2 months in advance. Just one more reason why you really want to start booking and planning way far ahead, so you can grab those fast passes and you don't miss out on things like Flight of Passage or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which are really hard fast passes to get. Something that maybe, ourselves 10 years ago never thought would have happened, us being able to book those fast passes and basically structure our entire vacation from hotel fast passes, dining, hard ticket events, even parades. You can even get fast passes for parades and fireworks. So you can structure your entire vacation 2 months ahead right there in the comfort of your own home. Crazy, right? So there are a few things that you never thought you would be doing 10 years ago in Walt Disney World. And I am just really excited to see what happens over the next 10 years. So in about, in 2029, 2028, we'll have another one of these videos about imagine what you never thought you'd be doing in 2028 back in 2018. Do you have any additions to our list? We'd love to hear what you think would be kind of shocking for someone from 10 years ago in Walt Disney World. Let us know in the comments. We can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.